a.k.a. Mr. Moo, shine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, my friends, my family. Ladies and gentlemen, Jojo Diaz versus Devin Haney. Yesterday, there was a report that Eddie Hearn have stated in the Zone show that there's talks between Jojo Diaz and Devin Haney, and they are pulling for a fight on November. Hours later, Oscar de la Hoya said differ. They said there is no negotiation. There is no talks. Then when I was doing a live show, Mr. William Haney, Bill Haney, was in the chat saying that Oscar de la Hoya was lying, that we're talking to MTK, not Golden Boy Promotions. In between, and then like minutes later, I go check what Jojo Diaz tweeted. Jojo Diaz tweeted, practically retweeted what Oscar de la Hoya said, and stated that people are not committed. He ain't named names, but people are not committed, that these fighters are pussies. Excuse my language. It's a Christian show. Who the hell is telling the truth? Everybody got a different story. We all know that Jojo Diaz fought Javier Fortuna to become the mandatory to Devin Haney, right? We also know that before that the WBC Mauricio Sudamon stated that the winner of that fight, Javier Fortuna and Jojo Diaz, they would have 90 days to fight Devin Haney, or come with or start negotiating or get a contract done or whatever it is, but 90 days to start this Devin Haney fight or whatever. Probably the negotiations, they got 90 days, right? So by around October 10th, it should be the deadline. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people feel, and rightfully so, that Jojo Diaz, Golden Boy Promotions, should get this fight done. Like, why are you going to fight for a mandatory position when you are not going to fight you ain't going to fight Devin Haney? Same thing with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia beat Luke Campbell to become the mandatory to Devin Haney, and then he calls out Javante Davis. So I understand people are like, yo, why are you fighting for mandatory if you don't even want the champion? Why does the challenger have to go after Devin Haney? Why Devin Haney has to do the due diligence to go after you when he's a champion? Blah, 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 blah. I understand. But I've been saying for a long time, I've been telling you guys how the contemporaries feel about the strap of the strap that Devin Haney holds. This is why I say a long time, drop it, throw it in the trash, because the contemporaries don't give a F about that strap. It's a watered down strap. Not Devin Haney's fault. Is the sanctioning body's fault, because you got the franchise belt that it is now the supreme belt in the lightweight division, held by Teofimo Lopez, thus being undisputed. And if he's undisputed, and the Mauricio and the WBC tells the whole world he's undisputed, then he's telling also the whole world that the belt that Devin Haney holds is not the belt. So this is the reason why people are not desperate for it. But then you're going to be like, but why are you fighting for it? Good money fight, probably good fight. We don't know. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this sport, it's prize fighting. Guess what? Everybody thinks about the prize. The prize is the money. The prize is also the belts. But if the belts don't mean what it used to mean, or doesn't mean what it's supposed to be meaning, nobody is desperate for it. This is why the guys like Javante Davis, Javier Fortuna, Teofimo Lopez, Luke Campbell, everybody in the lightweight division has felt that Devin Haney didn't win that belt the proper way, and he got a hand-me-down belt, and they don't give a damn about the belt. Ryan Garcia, everybody. This is why I always wanted Devin Haney to drop the belt not because I don't feel like it's not about people saying, yo, but why are you going after Devin Haney? No, I'm not going after him. I don't want him to get the rep that he's getting right now. That's the problem, because I knew how people was gonna talk about him like this. He's too young. He don't need that pressure, especially why have this pressure when nobody's respecting the thing that you hold. That's what it is. But this is prize fighting, and because you hold that strap, you get extra money. So it's prize fighting. It's not that what we're saying. Or you think Devin Haney really hates his position? No. You think he cares what we're saying? You think he cares that, oh my God, people say he's watered down? You think he cares about the email chat? No, because holding that belt, it still brings more money to his pockets. So I'm not trying to be Captain Saver. Oh! You know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna fight for the Haneys, because they're not fighting for themselves when it comes to the WBC. They have the partnership with the WBC, and that's all cool. Be hustlers out here. Matter of fact, you do boxing before boxing do you. If you understand what I'm talking about, you got to keep it PG. Because in the world of boxing, you already know, man, it's easily to get effed through the D-hole. So be hustlers. Get your money, because either you hustle them or they're going to hustle you. Either you pimp them or they're going to pimp you. Right? I understand that. I understand that part of the game. I understand the hustle. That doesn't mean that I need to. It's not part of our game as fans. But I understand it as a dude from the street, from the hood, and stuff like that. I understand it. It's like being on the block. You're not going to be like, hey, you, why you're selling drugs? Stop it. Stop selling drugs. Stop it. You know it's not good, but you know the game. Now, I'm gonna say this. Jojo Diaz, you already know that he got stripped. He got stripped a couple of days ago, the fight before last, because he ain't come in weight. He didn't give too much of a damn. He could let go of a belt. Matter of fact, why pay the sanctioning fees, folks? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand, when you become a champion or you go for a champion, you got to pay that sanctioning fees for that fight, for that belt, or whatever. Some fighters don't want to pay that sanctioning fees. And why would I pay for sanctioning fees if this belt don't mean that much? It's not really about the belt, but it's about the position that you're in to call for the certain fights. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you understand that Ryan Garcia and Jojo Diaz is an in-house fight. Now, think about this. He's a mandatory, right? So they can actually go to purse bid. But why go through all of that if they could just get that Ryan Garcia money, in-house money? Probably gonna get paid the same way, and then he doesn't have to pay no sanctioning fees for the watered down belt. You understand what I'm trying to say? You gotta understand. You gotta understand that yes, you're trying to be a champion, but in the lightweight division, it's been so much controversial towards that the status of that belt and the weight of that belt. Then why pay that sanctioning fees? Maybe they don't want to pay that sanctioning fees. Maybe Devin Haney, DHP, could pay for that type of money and that type of fee because they're their own boss, and more props to the Devin Haneys of the world that he's a 22-year-old, 23-year-old own promoter, DHP, and probably in a better position than a lot of these boxers. See, a lot of these boxers have to answer to somebody. They don't really got to answer to nobody. I mean, I was just thinking about why Eddie Hearn is talking for Devin Haney at this point. I thought they was free agents or they're not partners right now, but I guess they're back at it with each other. So maybe they haven't explained about the deal. But if Devin Haney, Eddie Hearn is speaking for them and doing a deal and trying to do the deal for them, then I guess that Devin Haney is still partnering up with Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, and DAZN. So it seems like they're not free agent. Allegedly, the way they look, the way of the way they looks. Should our pressure be as fans as Golden Boy Promotions? Can you just activate the mandatory? But does it work like that? Does it work like that? I don't think it will. I don't think it does work like that. I mean, they just ordered a fight. I believe that was Jaime Munguia, Sergey Deverchenko. I believe so. I haven't read the whole story. But also, why the WBC just don't order the mandatory? Huh? Why or why doesn't just Devin Haney just go out there and send Jojo Diaz a term sheet? And this is what I wanted to do. You know, be the boss, set the tone. Write that term sheet, write that contract or whatever, and present it to Jojo Diaz and present it to the world so everybody could know that you're not ducking or you're not trying to avoid anything and not trying to go just out there saying that everybody is ducking you, and actually show the world like you did, like they did when they was going after Gary Russell Jr. They showed a term sheet to the world. DHP showed the world that, you know what, when we here, when we want the fight, we're going to give you that $1.5 million and show the world that we are the one that's pursuing for the fight. Now, people going to be like, yo, but Punch, but they're champions. Well, they got to chase somebody. You got to chase no matter what, man. You got to chase no matter what. A boss is chase anyway. Doesn't mean that the boss is just sit down and wait for what happens. When you on top, there's a lot of people that still hustlers when they on top. They still chasing for greatness. They still chasing for what they want. I don't want to hear that. Oh, but why does a champion need to chase for the man you chase? You go after it. You go after it. You don't let nobody set the tone. Matter of fact, DHP, don't let them go to a negotiation. You show the whole world like you show the Gary Russell Jr. Like, hey, yo, my man. Hey, yo, he's a term sheet. We got the money. We right here. You see all that money I fling? Here we go, man. Here, write that term sheet. Here's the contract. You send it over there. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. I love it when people boss up. I love it when people, and I like it when people like to brag at the Roy Royce and the Lamborghinis and throwing money, flinging money. You know when you can fling that money? You can fling that money into a term sheet. That's what I want to see. Because we ain't no little kids out here, man. This ain't the fucking, this ain't a rapper out here. This ain't a rap video. I don't give a fuck about flinging money as fans. We care about you putting that as a petition or the term sheet and call these motherfuckers out the boss way. Hey, yo, my man, I'm a boss right here, man. Here it go, Jojo Diaz. Forget about that Ryan Garcia stuff. Let's go. Let's make this thing happen. This is how much money you gonna earn when you fight me. Be transparent. DHP has been transparent in the sport of boxing. So now they set the tone. They set the tone. When they can negotiate with somebody or they go out there after somebody, they let the whole world know. Hey, yo, we DHP right here. Here's the term sheet, man. We got the money. You're going to get paid more than you're going to fight Ryan Garcia. But if you ain't going to do that, now the tone is changed. When the energy is changing, when the tone is changing, that's when you know when it's changing, because maybe they just spoiled us with the Gary Russell Jr. And now we hold them to a different standard, right? We hold them to the standard that a DHP wants something, they're going to go after and they're going to show the whole world if somebody's trying to lie that they don't want the fight or they didn't pursue the fight. So maybe they spoiled us, maybe. Maybe we asking for too much. Maybe. I don't know. I ain't going to say that I'm right. I ain't going to say that I'm wrong either. But, yeah, I'm passionate about this stuff because you know why? Because boxing is a very interesting sport when it comes to business. And a lot of people have an opinion and a lot of people don't have the right opinion. Again, I'm not saying I got the right opinion. I'm not saying that I'm right because I'm not in the boardroom. I'm not in the boardroom. But when the one side said we're talking and then the other side said that we're not talking, and then one fighter saying that nobody there's pussy that don't want to commit, it's like, come on, like, now who's telling the truth? Now it leaves the fans to actually put the puzzle together. And then when we trying to put the puzzle together, we the one that's gonna get this. Oh, y'all fans don't know nothing. Oh, Punch, you might not know what's going on and stuff like that. Well, you're not telling what's going on. 4 different type of story, different type of voices, and how the fans got to take it. Y'all saying it publicly, so now we got to take it. Y'all not keeping it. Y'all not keeping it behind the scenes. Y'all saying it publicly. Y'all tweeting it. Y'all saying in the Punch Room unboxing chat. So Bill Haney saying Oscar de la Hoya and allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, if that was Bill on the chat last night's live. But I think I know it is because he said certain things about our conversation, you know. But I don't know, man. Jojo Diaz should activate the mandatory. Is the WBC going to give Devin Haney another voluntary bout? You got to remember, a vacant title that they, when you win a vacant title, when you're given a win a vacant title, whatever you want to call them, you get one voluntary and 2 mandatories. Devin Haney has yet faced a mandatory, but they blamed it on everybody else not activating the mandatory. You got to remember that Mauricio Sudamon did an interview with Boxing Social when I did a video about it 5 months ago, that Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia both decided that they don't want to fight each other right now. They want to fight each other when there's 100% of fans. They want to fight each other, later on. They're trying to still build the fight. So this is the reason. That's what Mauricio Sudamon said. Now, who is lying? Is Devin Haney going to say that Mauricio Sudamon is not lying? They're not coming out and saying that. So this is why you ain't see the mandatory of Ryan Garcia, because both parties wanted to wait on it. So then here comes Javier Fortuna, supposed to be the second mandatory, but yet they filed a petition to fight Jorge Linares. So they jumped on Javier Fortuna. Samsung Promotion sent a petition to the WBC, as he stated in the Boxing Voice when Nestor Gibbs and the crew. We'll bet Haney there. Even betting him $50,000 or $100,000 that he can't make the fight happen. The fight didn't happen. Bill Haney didn't want to bet that type of money, so here we go. We got Jorge Linares. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's sitting at the dinner table to the WBC. We out here trying to figure things out in the WBC with everybody sitting at the dinner table, and they got it all sorted out. It seems like. That's what it seems like, folks. We're all trying to break our heads on what's going on, why he's the mandatory, why they're not ordering the mandatory, because probably they're all figuring things out. Maybe they're writing an in-house indirect tournament. So we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it's going to be Jojo Diaz and Ryan Garcia. Maybe Devin Haney's going to get another voluntary bout. Maybe the Devin Haney or Rolly Romero is a good fight. All I'm saying is, ain't nobody ducking nobody. This is just business, and the business side that the fans don't want to hear, the business side that the fans don't care, and it is what it is. We just gonna go along with the bullshit that they give us, the incompetent and the inconsistency of the story. Everybody's saying something different, so there's no concrete on what's happening. So we gotta say we have to put our minds together and break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively to see what the hell is going on. So let me know what y'all think. Let me know who y'all think should pull the trigger on this. Whoa. Y'all already know, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.